but in the living power who giveth us richly all things to enjoy, that they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life.
The foundation.
That's storing up faith, that's storing up wisdom, those are spiritual things.
Yeah.
Storing up all the things the brother just named through preppers, that's carnal. You know, you can't, no one can rob your spirit from what's in it. You know, no one can rob you for your faith. You know?
I like in the movie Shawshank Redemption, where he got thrown in the hole. And he was like, man, you just did 2 months in the hole? How are you able to do it? He said, I have my friends with me. Your friends? What do you mean? It's solitary confinement. What are you talking about? At Beethoven, Bach, he started naming like musicians. He's looking at him like, what? Yeah, how? Where'd you get that to listen to that? He's like, it's in here. Nobody can get it. That's what this wisdom is supposed to put in you, to where you can always access it and no one can get to it and take it from you.
There's truth known as a song, the new song.
Yeah.
So it is beautiful. Right. So but you gotta constantly memorize this song by singing it over and over and over, and that's what we do.
Yes, sir.
Not just week in and week out, but day by day, night by night. Upload it to the internet, so you can learn the song and be singing it. Okay, the electors are the ones that's gonna learn it and be singing it.
Yep.
So when that day comes and the sky is cracked open with the so-called UFOs or UAPs they call them now, you'll know what song to be singing. You'll know what to be thinking and what understanding to have.
You'll know what name to be called on.
That's the key. That's the key tune of the whole song.
Names. Names.
You know. And they said when you blow the trumpet blowing a certain sound, you gotta blow that right sound.
You just said Beethoven, who else?
Yeah,
Bach.
And
Hey, Bashim Yashada, who's the authors of the song.
Yeah.
Composers, right? Somebody have something? Let's get second. Sirach 2.
Yep. Talk about temptation.
I'm saying that I got them home.
Sirach 2 and 1.
You got it?
My son, if thou come to serve the Lord,
You break it down, bro.
prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. So that's dealing with temptation. You're going to be faced with temptation. You're faced with temptation in everything you do in your life. But when you come to serve the Lord, you're going to be faced with all kinds of temptation, that things that tempt you, where you know how kind of like the Lord knows your pressure points. The Lord knows what you like, what you don't like. So He's going to test you with everything that you like, and you have to be willing to fight them temptations in order to really come into this house, you know, of the Lord. So if you can't deal with the temptation, the Lord's gonna be like, all right, you ain't ready.
Yeah, you're not worthy.
You know, right.
Yeah, you got can you rule over your spirit?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
You got to be able to master that. You know? It's a everyday thing, trying to master that. You know? We're once we get the new bodies, it will be all said and done. You know? That the flesh, that war between the flesh and the spirit, that's going to be gone. But as of right now, you have to learn how to master your spirit, man. How to rule over your spirit, man. Can you say no to things?
I know what you're going for.
You know? Can you say no to certain situations, certain temptations of the, because of the flesh, right?
Yeah.
This damn flesh is wicked.
Yeah.
It's desperately wicked, right? So, can you master that? That's what we try to do every day, man.
Gun. That's why the apostles always say, you're your worst enemy. You know, because you have to beat yourself. You know, you're playing against yourself, man.
You got something.
You got something that you got that word.
I'm just a different.
Okay, give what you got.
1 Corinthians 9:27. It says, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway.
Yeah, you gotta keep yourself or your body in subjection, meaning keep it ruled over. by your spirit. Come on, bro. When you keep your body, your flesh basically in subjection, you're gonna deny yourself of things that the world will praise you for doing, but you know that it'll lead you down a dark path. You know, it'll lead you down a dark path. The path away from the Heavenly Father is usually where it leads you.
It's almost like a path, sometimes of no return.
Yeah.
Where you went down this path and you don't know how to make your way back onto that right path. So it's it's dangerous.
Yeah, in this world we see that the wicked prosper.
Yeah.
The wicked of our people prosper. You know, they get millions of dollars for leading our people astray. Okay, so it's super easy to go on that left turn, man. To take that turn. You know, it's harder to stay in a straight. You know.
Yeah. Straight and narrow.
It's easier for our people to fucking say fuck it, man.
Yeah.
I need to get this bag, man.
Follow the crowd.
Shit, it's getting harder and harder out here to feed my kids.
Yeah, they ain't gonna say that during hyperinflation.
You know, they gonna sell out.
Yeah. We know what they're gonna take.
Yeah, they gonna fall to that because why? Because they're not covered, man. Okay,
And when the time of like you,
go ahead.
and when they were presented with temptation, they failed that test. Every day is a test, you know. And as you pass these tests that the Lord gives you, the Lord increases you. The Lord gives you more faith, you know. Opens your eyes to more spiritual things, you know. But if you're not passing the daily test, you're not able to fight the temptation and fight the flesh, fight the carnal things. The Lord's not going to open up to your mind spiritual things. Someone has something more?
No, I had Sirach 37 and 27. My son, prove thy soul in thy life.
Because your soul is your spirit and your flesh together. So now you know what your flesh, with your spirit, you should learn what your spirit is inclined into.
Okay.
Then you should learn the weaknesses of your flesh.
Right.
So you know how to
Balance.
Exactly, how to balance it.
Really?
And see what is evil for it, and give not that unto it.
Yes.
For all things are not profitable for all men, neither have every soul pleasure in everything.
Kind of reminds me. Go ahead.
That's just, scriptures talk about temperance, getting the mastery.
Yeah.
Pretty much, he that strive for the mastery is temperate in all things, because he knows himself.
Yeah.
He knows how to stay disciplined. If you don't have any discipline, anything can just overtake you.
Anything can sway you.
It can sway you away.
Yeah. Sway your judgment kind. Yeah.
No, not. That's another one, but you're not driven, tossed to and fro
Yeah.
with every little thing that comes your way.
We're not easily influenced.
Yeah.
You know.
You see a firm backside, some long legs, or some supple breasts. That's one thing that'll pull you away. The bag will pull you away.
Yeah.
You know, pleasures will pull you away. Whether it's
Basically there's demons that are attached to your lust,
Yeah.
and every time you act on them, that demon is right there waiting.
Yeah.
You got to know that.
It reminds me.
Like you had certain jakes that had weed demons. They couldn't put that blunt down for nothing. Every 5 minutes, I gotta roll something.
Roll something. Watch me go.
And yeah, but you're trying to chase that feeling all the time, not realizing that demon is just ruling over you. But then, you learn to, okay, now I know how I react to it. I know that that's basically my flesh constantly craving and wanting it, time after time. So now I know this is going to be very, it's going to be hard to fight that feeling and to try to stay away from it. So when you going through that process, it's kind of like you're afflicting yourself by not giving yourself over to that demon, because you're so used to it. You're so used to that feeling. So that's that trial. That's that fiery. You feeling it like, oh shit. Like I want it right now, but I know I can't do it. It's just fucking me up in the long run.
I'm gonna say this, and to sum up why the one thing that keeps you from doing it? Fear.
Yeah.
Fear.
Because you
What
do
can
it,
happen to you?
when you do it, when you're not supposed to, you start catching hell.
Yeah.
And then you know in your mind, in your spirit, your mental, like damn, I know I'm getting fucked up.
Yep.
And then you do it again. The Lord hits you harder.
Yep.
Then you do it, and the Lord is just constantly putting hell on you until you say, "Fuck this! I'm giving it." I'm
Let
giving
me
it.
stop doing that because I just need the
Right.
hell to ease
Right.
up. So you cut that out.
Mhm.
Now you're looking for any little issue that you can find to try to clean up out of your life.
Right.
Yeah, appreciate it. Proverbs 25 and 28. He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
Yeah, it can be conquered.
Yeah.
A city without walls. In the ancient world, it was an easy city to conquer because
Yeah.
you don't have the watchtowers. You don't see when the enemy's coming in. The enemy could be in there and infiltrate from the inside. So you're just open to anything.
Yeah, that's basically them demons
Yeah.
feasting on you.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You're right.
Remind me what the scripture Yahweh Shai spoke on with your hand, fin,
Yeah, the eye of
eye
fin,
fin,
Like
pluck it out.
Yeah,
You know?
mortify those members, man. Once you realize that certain parts of you, man, I don't want to say that, but anyway, you realize a certain part. Oh, we'll get a little testimony. That's all right, bro. Certain parts of you basically you incline to certain things. You learn to, hey, these things ain't good for me no more. I gotta really stop doing those things. And when you tap back into that energy at all, the demons come back and the Lord's punishments come back to warn you, like, hey, this can get bad.
You're thinking of the times that you was catching hell
Yeah.
because of what you went through. Like say you go through something and it's bad and it's like one of the worst moments, times in your life, but you know why you're getting jacked up.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to go back down that road. So therefore, whatever caused you to go down that road, you're not going to do. You're not going to do it. That's how you repent. You learn. That's how you learn from your mistakes. You know. So.
That brother has something.
Oh yeah, go ahead, bro. You got it. I know you told something.
In 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, talking about temptation.
Yep.
There has no temptation taken you, but such is common to man. But Yahweh is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able,
Yep.
but will with the temptation also make a way to escape,
Now,
that ye may be able to bear it.
And that wisdom will always show you that one way
Yeah.
to escape.
Mm-hmm.
It'll give it to you, and then if you ignore that one way, then you in the broad way. You know, if you don't take, and it's usually a straight gate, a straight meaning difficult. It's usually a difficult way to go through to get out of it, but hey, that's the way out. You know, so that's how it works. But he's always gonna allow Satan to tempt you, but he's also gonna give you the opportunity
Yeah.
to make it through. It
Yeah,
reminds me of that I don't know if it's a meme or quote or whatever, proverb, not the Bible, like earthly proverb. It said, "I wanted to be strong, so God gave me situations to be strong, to show my strength. I wanted to be wise, He gave me situations to solve. I wanted to be courageous, He gave me situations to be brave. He answered my prayers by giving me those situations to do it.
Right.
It's just the same way. The temptation is set before you, but if you don't use the wisdom, then you failed those tests.
Right. And the Most High is not going to put you in a position that is too much for you.
Yeah.
He's going to put you in a position where it's right, perfect for you and your level of faith.
Yep.
You know. He's not going
And something's gonna click. You're
Yeah.
gonna have a clue somewhere of the way that you should be going,
Right.
the thing that you should be doing, and you're gonna be like, I know it's the right way.
Well, I know in Spanish there's a saying too that if Dios aprieta pero no ahorca, he'll choke you, he won't squeeze you out.
Yeah.
I know you guys,
It's good.
aprieta pero no ahorca.
That's pretty good. To death. Yeah.
Got
The
it.
Lord might give you retests, man. You pass one test in a certain situation, and He gives you another test in the same situation.
Yeah.
You know, that happened to me. You know?
See if you're gonna continually
See if you
make
can
the right
continue.
choice.
Yeah.
Make the right choice.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes if you're not right, if you make a choice, this is just me saying on it like this because a little bit of experience, whatever. Say you make the right choice this time, but it was like, damn, I gotta make this choice. You wasn't willing to just make the right choice. It was kind of reluctant to make the choice. It give you the same situation, completely different, and that one will be harder for you to choose now.
Right.
Still the same clear answer to deal to get